up there, you crazy cats? This show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Stop putting your online data at risk. Get protected at expressvpn.com/RTTV. You scooch the chair a little
Welcome
bit.
back.
I know.
Welcome back to Off Topic. I'm your very charming, handsome-looking host, Michael Jones. Joining me on today's episode, we've got Lindsay Jones.
Hello.
Matthew Bragg.
Hi.
And Trevor Collins.
I'm standing today.
Standing.
Oh, yeah?
So the energy and the moves can be there.
I might have to match you.
Yeah, you know what? Standing, I've heard, is the new smoking.
Oh.
So here I am.
Oh, hey, I'm cool.
Really
Yeah, right.
putting my legs
cool.
to the test,
Joe
you
Campbell
know.
says, just do it.
I'm
you know?
cool.
Yeah.
Just do
Cigarettes.
Oh,
It is-
Joe.
Do it.
It is interesting
You Campbell.
how much I prefer standing over sitting, especially in a chatting environment. Lindsay yells at me a lot.
Well, you're like aggressive stander because
No,
Trevor,
I
I
just
feel like I
don't
match his
touch
like
me, please.
his happy energy like he has right now. Like I'm here to put on a show. Michael's like, I got something to say. All right, I got to talk to you about
That's
this.
not
Do
true
you
at all.
pace?
What's
you
up?
Pace? Is he...
Michael doesn't really. He'll pace around the house.
Not-
I pace more.
I think it's
Yeah,
more in
I
a
pace.
scenario.
I'm more of a pacer.
We're not having a
yeah.
conversation.
If we have like people over in those times,
The before times.
you know, we'll do
BC.
like a card game, or maybe there's food and people are sitting at a table. And first of all, if there's not enough chairs, I'll always stand. But second, even if there are, if I'm in my own house, I'm always doing something. Like as I'm chatting, it's like, oh, I can clean this dish.
Right.
Or like, I'm gonna have to go stop this child from climbing that wall, or whatever. And I just don't want to get up and sit down and get up and sit down and get up and sit down. And then, especially now being at home, like working from home, I'm sitting on my ass all day.
Yep.
And so when people are, take a seat, I'm like, no, I'm good. I want to stand.
Take a stand.
And then Lindsay goes, sit down.
Get off that soapbox.
Sit
Yeah.
down.
Michael's like, if you don't stand for something, you'll
gotta-
fall for anything.
I gotta move. You know what I mean? I gotta be
Well
free.
said.
Yeah, I'll sit for anything. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, that makes
chair.
sense. This, like, as I was slowly kind of retooling my office into a place worth existing in, rather than kind of like a Band-Aid, duct tape, kind of put together, whatever, I finally did, a few months ago, invest and splurge into a standing desk that can come up, what was that? Can come up
Got a
and
clap
down.
sync? Here.
Taking sticks.
Because it is kind of nice. And I do actually like when streaming or recording or whatever, and you have the webcam, and you can like, we react a lot in our webcams.
do.
We're boisterous folk. You doing another, what's happening, Michael?
What?
Thinking around so much.
I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay, I'm very distractible.
You're very distractible. It's all gone to shit, but I wasn't gonna tell you.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's fine.
I'll keep smoothing out the rough patches here while whatever happens. But yeah, no, I like that kind of dynamic it can bring to like a video where you can be like running around and providing that energy. There was a bug in the air that
Yeah.
we're capturing,
it.
just killing
He got
that
it.
yeah.
disease carrier.
Thank you, Michael.
But yeah, no, it's nice to stand. But it's definitely, nothing makes me feel older though than standing. Cause like at the end of the day, like I've stood for like 2 hours and I'm like a marathon. I'm trying to get myself up there. So, cause it's just healthier. And at the end of the day, I'll sit down and be like, as I like settle into the couch, and I'll feel my spine like, not like crack, like if you twist it and it cracks.
Release.
It like releases. Yeah, it goes, doosh.
That's the sound of your life.
It's like, I'm like, I think I broke or something happened, but it settled into that was nice. A nice little place, whatever happened there.
Similar feelings, but more of the front side of me. As we know, I have a messed up back. I have like a waist trainer that just helps me like stand up straight, maintain posture, and not like slouch to the side because I usually like curve a little to the right. Once I take this thing off at the end of the day, like I've felt the joy of taking off a bra at the end of the day. Increase that by like 20 for anyone out there who wears bras and takes them off at the end of the day. It's like my body just like kind of explodes. I go, I'm like, yes, like, my gluttony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lindsay walks out of the room. They walk out of the room like this, and then the waist
Very
trainer
nice,
comes
very
off, and then Lindsay comes back like this.
I do, actually. It's not wrong.
Oh, you took it off.
Like a bridge troll.
Yeah, no, I mean, we were talking like while we were filming on Awu over there earlier, and I can sympathize a little bit where I've got one of those back, because I definitely slouch just in the wide camera. I slouch, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just not great for you. And so I'm like, listen, okay, self-care is important. I got one of those, like, I've tried to find like a really cost-effective, like a $10 one that holds your shoulders back, because I'm trying to be more conscious about holding my shoulders back or whatever. And it helps with, like, if you work out, which I'm getting back into the swing of, like, if you work out with proper form, it can help with all these things, keep you healthy physically, because, man, I know I'm going to shit in a handbag real fast, because, like, the 30s are, like, the great time to be alive, but your bones start to just deteriorate.
It's the make or break age.
Yeah.
When you hit your 30s, it's like you have time, but it's dwindling.
Yeah. Like,
It only gets harder after that.
Right.
How's your posture, Matt? Like when you
I
game?
don't know.
Do you crouch
Don't
like
look
us?
at me.
Do you
A little bit like that.
Okay.
Look at me.
Like, there was definitely a time where I made the point to be like, yes, I'm here, well postured. And then, like,
Ergonomics.
10 minutes later, I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Well,
it.
I've said it
Yeah.
before, like, as I game, I sound like such a loser. Like, as I game, as I get more intense into the game, and my gunner glasses are pushed way up, I start to, like, lean more into the screen.
Yeah.
And I become, as I've described before, like a crawfish going into its shell. Like, that's me at the computer.
Dude, I got my new couch, like, a couple months ago, and that's the worst thing in the world for me at night, because I'll just be like, yep, I'm playing
Nice.
please,
Nice. That's a meme.
Jesus.
playing this right here. I'm
Whoa.
just- look,
Gift
look.
right there.
$20, everyone.
Hey,
Matt's
hey,
OnlyFans
look.
is starting soon.
Economically correct.
I let the table block it for me.
Tasteful.
Yeah, tastefully. But I mean, I'm fully laid out in like the weirdest position
Yeah.
ever, and then I wake up the next morning with the controller in my hand. I'm like, that was probably
5
bad.
levels on, not knowing what
That's
happened.
probably
I-
terrible for me.
Never noticed that more than in Gmod. And so, like, the way that I have my, like, camera set up is I have a green screen behind me, but, like, it's not very wide, so it has to be close. So, like, a lot of people have, like, recording rooms, and so they can be further away from the camera. So they're, like, their heads are smaller.
Sure.
But, like, my camera's closer, and my green screen's right behind me, so like, I zoom out as much as possible, so I'm not just a giant head in the shot. And with the name burns we have the little windows, and then we have our names underneath them. And so when we start recording, I'll set everything up. It's like, okay, here's my head, this is my posture, there's the name, record it. The video comes out, and I'm like, like half my face is gone. Because once you start playing the game, I'm like,
Yep.
It's like the Valheim stream. The Valheim stream, and I'll just go ahead and like meta chat for real. So it was like an inside thing for 2 streams, and like everyone's like, "Is his camera a little low?" Meanwhile, it's literally
it's
the
like
upper half of my face.
It's like your eyes are
it's a
barely
bunch
there.
of headroom. And what's happened was, I got real slouchy with it. I pushed the button, I raised my desk, and so I'm playing like this, and I'm just peeking, and Michael Lindblad we can hear him, but the audience, you guys can't hear him, and so he'll be like, Trevor, just a quick posture check there, just like, hey, can you fix your camera real quick? And I just say to the ether, no, I'm good,
Yeah.
I'm comfy.
Or I'd just be like, every 20 minutes, I'd go, oh, Trevor, your camera's off. You'd be like, oh, shit.
I would
there
sit
we
up.
go.
To
You would
my
sit
credit,
like a
I would
centimeter.
genuinely sit up. My camera was just still very high.
Yeah, I feel like Lindblad doesn't even give me that luxury too, because while I do crouch, I feel like I'm similar to you, Trevor, and I get very excited and I gesture so much. So he could adjust, but then 2 seconds later, I'd be like over here, over there, like
Yeah.
standing up, whatever.
Like Shane's already coming to adjust my camera
Yeah.
again because I just can't stop moving. I'm a fidgeter. I'm
Same.
sorry, Shane.
It's my body movements match my audio. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm a nightmare. I'm a nightmare. Have you worn going back a little bit, have you
Gunnies?
worn your little strap?
Oh, those.
Yeah. Have you worn that out and about?
I haven't worn it out and about. I'll wear it like at home, especially like you were saying, if I'm sitting in my office chair, dual screens, a lot of work on this side, a lot of the games on this side, so I tend to spend a lot of time like with my back kind of crooked and leaning on one side, and then that translates down to the couch. I sit on the same side as well, and so I end up just doing a lot of this weirdness to
Yep.
my back. So then when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do some chores, walk around, clean some stuff, or if I'm like, I'm gonna play some games or whatever, I'll put it on, tighten it up properly, and like have it on for like an hour or 2 or whatever, and like kind of work my way up. just to help remind myself.
That's smart. I've done it with like, it's kind of same thing. I'll tend to sit like when I'm at home, either cross-legged like standard like this, or I'll flip one leg underneath the other. So
Yep.
then you have that nice curve and imbalance.
Yep.
Not a good thing, trying to compensate for my naturally messed up back. But wearing that and walking around, I was laughing, because usually you wear it and like the idea is you can wear it underneath something else and no
Sure.
one sees it.
Yeah.
It's in Texas, it gets really hot. So I was like, I'm just gonna like wear it and walk around in this t-shirt. So many people thought I was like packing heat. They're like, "Are you strapped?" I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
my back's messed up."
Yeah, it looks like a holster that you would have, like an FBI detective would have under their jacket
Right,
or
way
whatever.
less
like,
badass. Way.
But just exposed.
Those are expensive. I looked it up.
I imagine they would be. You gonna put like a cell phone in there?
No, I was gonna
My pens.
buy an outfit while I was,
Candy bar?
while I was playing Resident Evil 4. I was gonna buy everything.
Oh right, because you guys
'cause
did the.
I already have a jacket, and then I was like, okay, how much would the holster be? And then how much? Because later in the game, as Matt knows, you can buy the tactical vest.
Yep.
How much is a tactical vest? I looked at all. The holster was like $90 to get like a good one, and I was like, that's not worth it. For like
You
like
have a point.
well, and also like wearing everything and like again back to my fat head camera, I'd be like, look, I'm wearing the holster. All right,
And then it goes
anyway,
back up.
You would see like a piece of a strap, and I go, that's $95.
We should just start doing videos where we go, imagine that we're wearing the costume below
I
the
mean,
frame. Just imagine that
dude,
it's
It's,
there.
it's there. Don't worry.
That's
Anything's possible with your imagination.
we did a thing which like I'm not gonna go into the details because I don't know how much has been announced yet, but you were there and you were there and you were there and
Like
it
a
was
bad
right here.
dream.
And I kind of did the same thing with a bunch of props that I'm like, this is pretty funny, and then that was it. That was the amount
Yeah.
of what it did. I went, look at this.
I'm gonna look up the
I
date
bought
for
a
that.
bunch of shit. One of the things I bought, it was like a role play thing, it was a costume thing. I bought probably the most expensive single item, showed up about 2 hours after we started filming it.
Yeah.
God damn it. And now it's
Yeah.
just in my closet at my house. And I go, next time.
Next time.
We'll find it.
Next time I got it.
Yeah.
There it is.
So the video you're
Right, sexy.
alluding to, it's a new series, a pilot series that you might hear the name getting dicey thrown about. It isn't what it's called because legal implications. We want, you got to make sure that you're legally distinct from the next person. But so there will be a new name, but it's coming out next Tuesday.
Oh my God.
The 13th for first members.
I didn't know it'd be so soon.
Yeah, I'm excited about it
Or
because
if you're in the UK, it's coming out next Tuesday. Just a heads up,
Tuesday
Yeah.
in it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Right.
But
And
this
if you're in Australia, it might be Wednesday.
that's
I'm
true.
sorry, Australia.
Perfect.
If you do say so yourself. No, actually, we're really excited about it because we've hinted on and off that we've wanted to do something like D&D for a while, and Rooster Teeth has been doing phenomenal with their D&D show. You should check it out. I think they just did their finale for their last season today. They have a new one coming out sometime soon, but. This is like our way to kind of expand on what we've done with Let's Roll and expand a little bit into the role play territory. Grab our old pal Alec as the DM, get him behind the podium, and get us going. It's rough start, I think, maybe. I don't know.
We did.
It was a lot of
If
fun,
you-
but we're definitely getting into the swing of things again as far as
Yeah.
being in person and role playing and all that stuff.
I like the excitement of watching a child take its first steps.
I thought you were
That
going
was
to say,
beautiful.
With
some
all the
reason-
clumsiness.
For
Yeah.
some reason, and I think this is a little bit more appropriate, I thought you were going to say watching your child take its first dump.
Why? Why do you remember that?
I just thought that's what you were going to say, because that's what I was thinking how the beginning was.
Were you
I remember
there
my
for
first
it?
toilet
Yeah.
experience.
I wasn't even talking about
technically,
a
yes.
toilet.
Yeah, we were.
I was
Yes,
talking about a dump.
Well, no,
That
don't know
happens
what-
way before a toilet.
I
Years.
know, but I remember my first time graduating to the proper porcelain throne, and
Oh my God.
I thought that there were variable sizes, and I thought that the seat was part of that. Now I was like, listen, I'm going straight to big boy status. Get that seat up out of here. Let me plop my little tuchus down. Totally dipped.
Fell in?
Totally
Well,
dipped
yeah.
the cheeks.
Oh,
You
cheeks.
would.
Yeah, I cheek dipped a little bit.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was embarrassing and very difficult.
That's when I sit down and someone left the lid up. And you
I
get
was
a
going to
little
say,
splash.
before we get into dump talk, and it took us almost
took a
20
little
minutes
while.
to get
Yeah,
here.
it did.
Proud of
If
us.
you
18
saw
now.
what was called, we didn't get sued for it then, getting dicey during the last RTX, It's similar
God.
to that. We did.
Oh, God.
It was myself, Trevor, Fiona, and Alfredo, and so it's kind of like D&D role playing, but much less focused on like figures and numbers. There are
mechanics, yeah.
dice, and but it's a lot more of just insane role playing. It's the same base game, which I believe was Kids on Bikes.
Yes.
And so it's a larger version of that we shot right here. In
Yeah.
this very studio.
I feel like I know how Trevor and Michael feel about this. Matt, that's the first time I've ever really like had that much interaction with you in character, I think. Like we've done stuff in Let's Plays, but not like
Yeah,
that
we've done like
intense.
Let's Plays and some Let's Rolls that were pretty character heavy, but yeah, that was the longest time I think we've ever done a character together.
Do you like stuff like that, or you?
Yeah, no, I like it.
I kept saying, I hate this. I hate this.
Why am I here?
I hate my character.
Yeah.
Michael and I were talking afterwards about like what we prefer comedy-wise, and he's like, well, we've talked about before, like Michael can just go for like a live stream and talk about whatever by himself,
Yeah,
like
to
be Michael.
hell.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Trevor. Write that one down. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it. But I can't do that. I couldn't be like myself that long.
Sure.
But I can be a character that long. So when we
Oh,
left
dude.
that recording, I was like, I could be this person for the rest of the day if I really wanted to. But
I don't think I could be that character for forever, but
I don't think you want to
could.
be.
there's definitely, I mean, all right, there's definitely
I almost said
character.
something, but I didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
No.
there's characters like
what I was
Quiet, baby.
If I may ask then, which character would you want to be? Of one that you've either had or not?
Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'll
It'd certainly be easier. I got one line. That's it.
Gotta love those
Surprise
call
your mouth.
forwards to the
Yeah.
content that hasn't come out.
Hasn't
yet.
come out.
But but you gotta say Matt with a lot of different inflections. Like sad Matt,
Yeah.
happy
True.
Matt,
Matt.
scared
Matt.
It was supposed to be
Matt.
Matthew. It didn't stick.
Yeah, no.
Much like most kids who say it's supposed to be Matthew, it didn't stick, right?
No, I didn't.
Like, nah, we're gonna go with Matt or Thew.
Well, after a while, it was just fighting. It was like I'm fighting for that. That doesn't matter. It's spoiling too much. Don't want to
Maybe.
ruin it.
I don't know.
This episode of the Off Topic Podcast is brought to you by Felix Gray. Look, I'm exposed to a heck of a lot of blue light these days between phones, tablets, computers, TV screens, even e-readers and LED light bulbs. It's kind of hard not to be. And if you're like me and endure excessive amounts of screen time from your favorite devices, you may have eye strain, headaches, or tired eyes. But that all changed when I got my hands on some Felix Gray glasses. Look, our eyes were not meant to look at screens all day, but we still love doing it anyway. It can mess with our internal balance, which affects our sleep, causes stress, headaches, blurry vision, and eye fatigue. Thankfully, Felix Gray's glasses filter 15 times more than the average blue light lenses. I love using them. You know, I'm screens a lot, computers and games and all that, and it wears on you. You put these on, you protect your peepers before you have the problem. I go to bed nice and relaxed. Finally, a pair of glasses designed for the 21st century. No more monocles, no more spectacles, whatever those really are, just stylish blue light filtering glasses from Felix Gray. Go to felixgrayglasses.com/offtopic to shop glasses that work as hard as you do. That's FELIXGRAY, glasses.com/offtopic. Free shipping, free exchanges, 30-day money-back guarantee. felixgrayglasses.com/offtopic.
But yeah, you are all fantastic at getting into character, and I'm like so enamored by everybody's character. I think it's like a staple at this point for Let's Roll for me to just take your accents.
Yeah,
I do it all the time. I
Yeah.
can't help it.
It's hard not to.
It's hard
I
not
feel
to.
like.
Because I love dialects and I love language, and so when we travel abroad, I do the same thing, and I have to force myself not to because I love the way with which people speak, and so like when you guys are all nailing your accents, I'm like. I start as like English, but then you're doing a Scottish, and I'll sweep into that, and then Australian or whatever.
I do speech patterns also. I mean, a good example of this, and Barbara can probably attest to this, is whenever we travel with the Ruby group for conventions, every single time someone comes to the booth and they're really excited to see us and they start going like, ah, like we match them. And I'm like, I don't know who this person was that Lindsay just turned into, but I instantly start going like, oh my God, wow, I'm so excited to see you. This is great. I'm like, that's not normally how I am. I'm just feeding off of like your energy.
Right,
And
that's that-
excitement to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, that really exciting convention energy, yeah.
Con N. I miss it.
N.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, man. I'm like already baking up a bunch of plans as like the world starts to get back to normal. Like obviously I'm not trying to put the cart ahead of the horse. You know, we're even just here, we're just trickling in and getting.
Yeah, put them in the back.
The horse will push. You know, just like, but I am like thinking about long term later this year, next year, whatever. Like, what does that look like? What does that feel like? Trying to develop plans, just like for Barbara and I, whether it's traveling or personal or whatever. And I was actually talking to Wes today, both on Twitter and off Twitter, because I was like, you know what? I see you. Because I saw he had like really shiny nails in one of his COVID photos because he got the vaccine today. And I was like, I see you. Let's get some manis at some point. And someone was like, got him. And I'm like, no, yeah, got his back because we're out here normalizing self-care. I'm actually kind of low-key excited to go get
Should be.
hydrants,
They're awesome.
with Wes. Because he was talking about biting his nails. Now, what I do is, and I realize I'm terrible about this like over quarantine because
I'm listening. That's my.
He's just listening.
Just paying attention.
I realized like in quarantine I lost a lot of like social etiquettes, so like when I listen to something really intensely or when I'm really tuned into somebody or a podcast or whatever, I have to do something with my eyes to get rid of that stimulus. Like when I did homework as a kid, I would have to turn on the TV but mute it, and then just like so that would distract part of me so I could actually focus. And so like what I do is if I'm really listening to somebody, I'll start like picking at my like nails just around the edges or whatever, and it just messes them up. And so like, so he was talking about biting them and how manicures actually like help him to not do that. So it's like, dude, oh, okay. Like I had them once before, and you get like these nice lush nails, and you're like, damn, okay. So now I'm like excited to get in there and like stop bleeding up my cuticles and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
you
that's
know?
the one thing I can't do from home. I'm trying to take care of like all spa needs, especially during quarantine. I'm like, now's
Yeah.
the time. If you want to learn how to like dye your hair yourself, done. Cut your hair yourself, done. And do your own like mani-pedis at home, got it. But I cannot cut my cuticles without bleeding all over the place. I
Yeah.
haven't mastered that yet.
That was like, cause like that one time I did it, it was actually like a little date day with Barbara and I. We did like small massage, small facial, like, and then the manicure or whatever. So, cause that was all like kind of new to me. So like, oh, this is cool, just like a little self-care day. This was like a year or two ago, and probably like more than that ago actually. But yeah, the cuticle part, the cutting of the cuticles was like a little nerve-wracking because I'm like, your hands are shaking because like, it's gonna sting, it's gonna hurt. It's like, cause I'm used to myself where you like you dig too deep or you
Yeah.
like overdo it. But I'm like, no, trust the professional.
And they're going,
and they're just going,
Yeah, like nothing. They're not
and
even
it's all-
looking at it. They're like, how are you? What's going
Yeah,
on?
exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I just like, I just wanted to talk about one of my like, I just like upon self-reflection, which is what I'm doing a lot lately, just in quarantine, doing a lot of like little self-reflection on what I do and little like tics I have or whatever, and just also trying to like normalize
Yeah.
little things like that.
I appreciate
because-
that too. Think about just like generation differences also. My grandfather was like heavy into manicures before he
Oh, yeah?
passed. And if you want like stereotypical like masculinity, I guess he was a colonel in the army, like big dude, could kick your ass. He was like, here we go, like make him look nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Get me,
the last thing you saw
get me
coming
good looking.
was some really good looking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like right before
in
the
the
punch.
head.
Your French tips
Like,
are
whoa, they were
Yeah, it actually keeps them in place. You know, when Flash is dodging Superman's punch, he's like, "Oh my God!" But
Did you say
Superman
Francis
has some
Storm
nice
Normandy?
polished nails or like just like real good cuticles. Flash might be like, "Oh my God, that's so good!" You
Yeah.
know, like
I'd be
throw them off
distracted.
guard.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly. Just like if you have a mouth guard and you're in rugby. I was in rugby. My uncle played soccer way into his adulthood, and he was like, "What you gotta do is get one of those like goofy mouth guards. So like when you like flash them at somebody, like it, just for a split second, it catches them off guard. They go, what?" So then I'm like, I'm gonna print "We the People of the United States of America" like across
In order to
my.
form a more perfect
damn.
Yeah, so and then I'll be like, hold on a sec, what does that say? Let me do, and then I tackle them while they're reading.
Oh.
I thought you were talking
literature.
about like
go.
goofy branded mouth guards.
No, it started with that, like looking like you only had one big tooth in the middle or something
Gotcha.
like that.
And then it read Hyuk.
And then it went, it was just a picture of Goofy.
Top yuck and tackling.
You just gave me a whip like flashback to sports too. I totally forgot that there were mouth guards like that in softball. And some people, if you really wanted to be like an a-hole, would write just like like mean-spirited things like "f off" or something. I'm like, can you do that? I know. Oh my gosh, the F
they'd
word.
never
They would
know.
put "fuck off" in your mouth. Whoa. But yeah, like
I gotta get a fuck off in my mouth. Oh, damn.
one "fuck off," please. Thanks,
Yeah, that guy showed his mouth at me.
I knew people like to do like intimidation factors. There was all sorts of just like weird stuff that people would suggest, and I'm like, I could go on.
What about barking?
You'd be surprised.
I
Like,
wouldn't.
yes.
I just said it.
Barking, but that's like batting usually. Like a catcher would just like say something to mess up the batter, or like right when they're trying to swing.
Like the batter, his was like, "I'll kill you."
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, just
Damn
swing,
it.
Do they ever, like,
swing, baby, I'll kill you. Swing.
What?
Bada,
This is Little League.
That's the one. What?
Wait, what did you say to me? Oh my
Yeah.
God, I think this
The
guy's
T-ball
no,
game
I-
got intense today.
actually
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you state their address. You state
Oh
the
my
time and
God.
date and everything. Like, oh my God.
Start doxing them.
Yeah, I know.
Their
I know.
mother's birthday.
Second window on the left.
Social.
That's where you are.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Watched you. I know your pattern.
Damn, dude.
That'll really mess up their home run.
The balls just are flying by the whole time. It's like, whoa.
Strike
Oh,
two out.
Steve Reich.
Dude, can I say, talking about, this just reminded me, talking about self-care. So I've been stealing your hair ties for a couple months now.
I mean, I noticed.
I
It's okay.
mean, I haven't bought any, so I hope you would know. I should buy my own, but you have 1,000.
I have some
You
space.
buy a pack, it's like you're 700 hair ties.
They know.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
But
They go quick.
this is where we're at now in quarantine. I was talking to Meg the other day, Megan Turney, and she brought up Gavin, because his hair is long now. And she was like, oh yeah, he uses scrunchies. And she started telling me like how scrunchies were better for you. And I was like, oh my God, why are you letting me abuse myself with hair ties when I should be getting scrunchies? And
Yeah, they don't tug.
so I told Lindsay, you know, I mentioned the scrunchies, and Lindsay was like, I got scrunchies. And it was like a hidden box, you know? It was like a hidden like under the cabinet box.
one moment
Which is
store.
why I have a scrunchie in my hand, because what I've been doing for months is I just keep hair ties on my hand, because if I'm like, most of the time I don't give a shit. The second I start doing stuff, it's the most annoying fucking thing in the world. Like your hair getting in your face. Like if I'm working outside in the backyard or whatever, you like, not even look down. You tilt your head like 15 degrees and it's just hair in your face. So I'll just like pull it off my wrist and tie my hair up. I put the scrunchie on, and for the most part, it's the same, like the way it holds up your hair. But can I say, after months of using hair ties, holy shit, taking a hair tie out is like ripping a fucking Band-Aid off. You're like, and you're trying to like undo
Why haven't
it.
we perfected this?
Dude, I pulled the scrunchie off for the first time, and it was like silk coming out of my hair. And I was like, why am I using hair ties?
Well, that's the thing.
This
hair
is
ties,
crazy.
You're not supposed to use the rubber ones, but everyone does.
I
because
used
it gets
whatever
a
you
good
had.
tightness. Yeah, but these are like the soft scrunchies.
This
Like,
is
a good
amazing.
material.
Well, the other
Yeah.
thing too, because it's so thick, like a hair tie, you gotta like twist and loop like 7 times.
Right.
You know, it's
So
like
you're
smaller and
tugging
smaller and
and
smaller and smaller.
tightening it.
This
Yeah.
is like 3. It's like twist, 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 and it's in, and it comes out. I feel like I'm ripping my hair out
Yeah.
every time I pull
Yeah.
a hair
Are.
tie
I
out.
literally
That's
am.
100% why I don't normally do it.
Yeah, scrunchies, man.
And also,
Lindsay's,
after a long
for some
day of
reason,
this-
keeping this from
Yeah.
me. Meg saving my hair.
Yeah.
This is a thank you to Meg Turney and a little bit of shame on Lindsay.
I
That's
say
all
just
I'm saying.
Suck it up.
That's all I'm saying.
Deal with the Ariana Grande headache that I'm
No.
dealing with right now.
That's-
It's
They're
scary.
like,
That right
I
there is
grew up
also
with
it.
these problems, and you will now too.
do, yeah.
You get your due.
JoJo Siwa knows, you know, you pull that up until your hairline recedes all
Oh
the way.
yeah,
You
is
go.
that like 15-year-old or whatever? That I don't know. She's like,
She's a little older now, but yes,
is
you're
she a
yeah.
musician or I don't really know, but I know that she was on TikTok because her
Yes.
hairline is like receding because she does a real tight,
She's a Nickelodeon
tight
star.
ponytail. Ah.
Who I think makes music now and is now, she actually came out about being openly lesbian now, which is really cool. And she and her
nice.
girlfriend are adorable. But that's all I know
They
about her.
say adorbs.
Yes, sorry.
So you
Or just
I'm not
dwarves.
cool.
Oldie.
Yeah.
Oldie moldy.
She loves bows.
Left in the coldie.
She loves bows. I know
I
that.
can keep going.
I just can relate to her on the thing that's shitty about putting her hair up also. Like Michael said,
Got
taking
wet.
it out
Got
sucks.
moldy.
You'll lose hair, but also with the receding hairline, I have to like hide it under my bangs. So I just like tuck it away and go, ooh, so I can still put my hair up. Yeah. You'll lose it too.
No, I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Not with this.
See, I've
It's
never put it up.
tension alopecia.
I'm attacking
Don't
it
do
from
it.
2 fronts now. When you towel after the shower, you pat. You don't
Don't rub.
Oh,
rub.
Ooh.
No.
And then now I got the scrunchie game. I'm good for life.
We're also
Okay.
doing the curly girl routine.
or until
no?
your haircut.
I don't know what that is.
When you leave the shower and you don't dry it, you put product in, let it naturally dry because your hair is curly. It needs to retain moisture.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna leave your hair long once things start to kind of
Forever?
fall back into
Nah,
place?
for a time.
Yeah.
I'll fu-
You
I'll fuck
won't trim it to
I'll
keep it
fuck
a little
around with it.
medium?
No, I'll just one day go bye-bye and just cut it off.
Yeah.
But when that day comes, we don't know. But it'll happen. There's no way. I'm not gonna be like, I'm a long hair person now.
Yeah.
I'm just getting silly
like a
with
cat.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a
no
long-haired cat.
Matt or Larry.
Sure.
I feel like
Yeah.
they just never look.
See, I was gonna say, my hair was long way before it was convenient for everyone else. Like,
Yeah.
That's true. Dude, like, we were talking about this before the podcast, but like, I tried to get there, and it definitely got long, but the way my hair is styled is that it's longer on the top, tighter on the sides. And so once it hit that awkward stage of like being long, I just had to keep putting on hats or headphones, like you were saying, to hold
Yeah,
it back.
it's a yucky
Or a
phase.
lot of product to get it back. And,
it's
and I just
deciding to live
couldn't
with
get there.
annoyance. It's like deciding that you're okay
It's the
with
same thing Michael was saying. It's just as soon as it keeps falling in your eyes, you're like, just cut off
yeah.
the bangs. I don't care. I'll shave the bangs off. I don't
There-
care what I look like. Just get it out of my face.
We did a photo shoot the other day, and I was like, we might need to reposition because the wind is just pushing it all directly in my face.
Yeah.
I should have kept it in a bun, but I just didn't do it that day.
I feel
Yeah, I
like
think
that
you
is
could
the
rock
key
that,
of
like,
a
little
great
bun.
model to
it gives me
find
the
the wind.
headache. I'm like, I can't do it.
Scrunchy.
Scrunchy.
I
man.
might need a scrunchy.
Fashion is pain. Pain
I
is
don't
fashion.
care.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
I will be unfashionable
much do you want this?
to be comfortable, and that will be my life, and I'm fine with it.
Someone in chat also pointed out, which is totally true. They're like, I'd use scrunchies, but like they slide after a while. They don't have the same like tightness as
That's when you
these
use-
ones.
I mean, I'm
Playing sports with the scrunchie? What are you doing?
Maybe I'm not good at it anyway, but hair tie wasn't much better for me. It constantly would like fuck up.
How many times are you wrapping it?
It's like 8 times. It would go forever and
Those
ever.
are rookie
Am I
numbers.
done?
You gotta pump those
Am I
numbers up.
done yet? And then like you go to
16.
pull it out, right? You take the coil, the snake coil, you start pulling it, and you go and then it's like, okay, I can't pull the whole coil. It's ripping my hair out. And so then you start like unlooping it one at a time. And it's still like, okay, 4 coils in, maybe I can pull it out. Scrunchy,
Yeah.
comes out.
I mean, you could use
Where was
whatever
Meg 6
that-
months ago?
Whatever
You
that
don't know.
branded product is that's on Survivor. It's basically a kerchief, but
That's the
it's
sun and an
it's like it's true. That is the show.
Those are the
it's
products.
They,
Those are expensive.
What is it? It's someone in the chat will know. But it's like a tube of fabric basically,
Whoa.
and it's very versatile. Some of the women use it as like a top or a bottom or whatever, but usually they use it as like a scarf or. Typically, they pull it back and put
back
their
the
hair in it, so
hair.
it's
Isn't
like
that
Yeah.
the pant leg of a suit.
it's kind of it's like Michael Scott's pant leg, exactly that.
Sort of an
Scarf.
infinity scarf.
Exactly, actually. Buffs. I think that is it's like calling a tissue Kleenex. It's just a brand name, but they refer to it as a
You
buff.
know the brand, not the what it is.
Right,
Yeah.
but that's what it is. And I feel like, the more I watch that show, the more I'm like, man, I really could have gotten through my medium awkward hair phase if I just had one of those pant legs.
Damn.
That's what I think the product's called now. I don't know. Just hats.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Purple. It's an uncomfortable world out there, but at least one good thing has come out of the past year. The comfort of being at home all the time. Why deal with that boring commute to work when you could be swallowed up with pillows and blankets in your own bed? That's why when I need a little comfort in my life, I go to my Purple pillow. Purple is literally comfort reinvented. Their mattresses and pillows are designed with the grid, a stretchy gel material that's amazingly supportive in all the right places. The grid's design also means it doesn't trap air. All that neat airflow means you'll never overheat, which is perfect for the harsh Texas summer that's right around the corner. It's hot. I've had the Purple pillow for a couple months now. Love it. Most comfortable pillow I've ever used. I've already bought another one for Lindsay. The grid technology is real, and it's not even in this ad, but let me tell you, it's fun to squish. It's just fun to squish and squeeze. If that sounds like something that you need, then give it a shot. You can try your Purple mattress risk-free with free shipping, returns, and even financing options. Purple really is comfort for an uncomfortable world. I was almost uncomfortable saying it, but Purple saved me. Right now, you'll get 10% off any order of $200 or more. Go to purple.com/offtopic10 and use promo code offtopic10. That's purple.com/offtopic10. Promo code Off Topic 10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/offtopic10. Promo code offtopic10. Terms apply. Just hats. Hats are the key. And so I did like caps, like baseball caps. I have a couple trucker hats for a while. But my hair is very thick and gets poofy. And so there reached a point where I was like, I can't wear these anymore. Because then it's just like, all right, let me put my hat on. And it's like 90% of the hair is coming out of the hat. It just doesn't. It just doesn't play.
I had to loosen my hat.
Beanie still works.
Yeah.
Beanies,
I feel like you're
cover it all and you just get this. But I've now reached a point where it's so long, I can tie it. Hats are back in play.
Excellent.
Hats are back in play because I can like tie the bulk of it and put it through the back of the hat. We did a photo shoot the other day that Matt was on, and it was right near the water. And my hair was similar to this, and I was like, I don't think I need to do shit. Like, it looks fine. I got out of my car. It was like, it was like a fucking Category 5 tornado. And I was like, shit.
Just like Minecraft.
And so I walked over. Flashbacks. Hasn't happened yet. I walked over to where we were taking the pictures, and they had the shirts. And Erica had a hat. I was like, give me that fucking hat. And I took the hat, went back to my car, because I had the wristband, hair tie, tied my hair, put the hat on. I was like, we're good to go. And then Matt showed up and he was like, fuck, it's windy.
Yeah. And the thing is, I can't like tie it myself very well. I'm not good at that because I abandoned it very soon in the process of having long hair. I had Casey tie it for me right before that, and then like I looked at it in the mirror, I was like, hate it. So undid it, walked out, and did the photo shoot.
It's like,
should have left it.
I feel like tying I'm a little better now because I practice. I don't sit down and practice. I just do it all the time, and that is practice on myself and my children. But doing it early in my 30s, having my hair this long, longest I've ever had it, it's like when you're 12 and you go, I'm gonna start shaving, and you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is wrong. Like,
You have no facial hair, but a bunch of cuts.
it's just like, I'm not good at this. I still feel like that with my hair. And it's becoming more of a problem because it's like, early on, it's like, ooh, my hair's long enough to tie now. And then you get that like Padawan, where it's like, beep. It's like an inch of hair.
Yep.
But now I have actual long hair, and I'm like, fuck, I really need to learn how to like tie it right because you just look like an asshole.
Quarantine's for.
But hey, Lindsay said the other day I tied one of our child's hair well.
Did.
They were like, this is not the worst, I think was the compliment I was given.
What does Jake say in Adventure Time? He's like, sucking at something is the first step to being really good at something.
I mean,
yeah, there you go.
It's true.
There you go.
Small steps.
Or just
big
abandon
battles.
it and let your hair just stay down. Who cares?
I also just do
Do you
a
do,
lot
like,
of
braids,
stupid
though?
shit.
I would do it. I
braids.
mean,
Yeah.
I myself can't.
I was
but
going to
someone can do
ask
it, and I will
you-
say yes.
I was going to ask you to braid my hair today, but we had no time.
We'll do it now.
Little pigtails.
It was just, well, the thing is, I woke up this morning. That's the other thing that's giving me practice is it's so long now. I just keep doing stupid shit. I woke up this morning before I like showered and got ready and everything for the podcast. Because if it wasn't for the podcast, I'll go months without showering. But I took my hair, I combed it all to one side, and then just tied it in like a side thing for no reason. And my mother's in town right now because she got the good juice, and so finally she can visit. And I walk downstairs, and she's like, "Oh, that's so funny. Did Iris do that?" And I go, "No, I did it." And it was like,
You look like Judy B. Jones.
it was tied to one side, but like not clean anyway. I had tons of like hair coming out this way,
Flying
and I was wearing that all day today until I came here. And so I just do shit like that all the time for no reason. I was gonna do 2 pigtails, but I was like, it actually looks decent today. I'll give it a break for one day. Because usually I just tie it up in some fashion because it's annoying as hell.
I like the quad when you do that. Ooh. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, Barbara gets all my uglies and stinks because like it's quarantine, man. Like, like we did the role play thing. You'll see what we looked like, and one of the accoutrement to my look was messing with my hair, and I was like, I'm gonna get home and wash, take a shower, get rid of this, and I got home and I said, whatever, and I just left it like that, and then I like fell asleep, and then you got the sleep hair on top of it. And I was like, who's
didn't.
looking at me? Oh,
didn't.
Barbara is? Oh, no.
I got rid of it the second I got home. My entire.
That was the plan. The plan didn't come to fruition. Yeah, I'm at the cadence where like once you smell yourself, that's when the shower takes place.
Yeah. When you
Maybe
go,
a
what
balloon.
is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I saw like a life pro tip on Reddit, and like obviously, like I shower every day, but quarantine, I started to skip a day. And I'm like,
Excessive.
ooh, I'm naughty, and then like, but now it's
naughty.
like,
No, it's shower.
Yeah, I skipped 5 days. So what? But like, there's a life pro tip on Reddit that was like, listen, I gotta be real with you all on Reddit. If you can smell yourself a little bit, everyone else can smell you a lot of it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I'm like just walking around the house,
Yeah.
just like not caring, but going, hey, Barbara, I'm sorry that I stink. She's like, no, you're fine. I'm like, no, I stink,
Yeah,
but like
you're
proudly
I'm
not
not,
caring.
I'm not ready yet.
but I'm not,
I'm not
ready.
ready to get rid of it
ready.
yet. My dilemma is usually like if I'm like a little bit stinky, but I'm about to work out or go to the gym, and it's like I don't want to shower, go to the and then go
Right.
to the gym. I want to shower when I get home. So that's when you just like you do the high school where it's just like time to cake on the deodorant and the sprays and everything, just to try and hide that stink for one more workout.
And it never does.
It's a chesty.
It doesn't. It's just like, what is that stink and cologne smell? It just kind of melds
That's
together.
really
Oh, I'm the
Yeah.
cologne. It
You
must
know
be
what I
someone
mean?
else's stink
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah, no, we don't know. We don't know.
I'm the Axe guy. Listen, very clear. Or polo black. Did anyone else wear polo black in your high school? don't
I
think
mean, I
wore
feel like I
polo black.
probably would know, but I don't.
Reeked. It was one of the
bless you.
colognes
What?
that
Bless
in my high
you.
school.
Got it.
Bless you. See,
got it.
for me, showering though, like I put it off and put it off and put it off. But then once I'm in the shower, it's awesome. But I put it off because it takes so much damn time. Because showering for me, growing up was like military time shower. Like you only have a couple minutes, like make it snappy, make it snappy. Now as an adult, I one have the chance to relax a little bit, and two, I want to pamper myself and try and like combat the aging
relaxing?
process. Yeah, I know in the shower.
As an adult, I'm more stressed. I scream in the shower.
I
I don't know if you heard me. So
I'm with
screaming.
I'm with Lindsay. I shower till I'm at least al dente.
Oh, yeah.
I've always
Nice
I
angel
take
hair,
45-minute shower.
Oh, yeah.
And,
They're-
and I'll
they're
just
long,
like,
but they're
but
enjoyable.
usually
If I stick, I know I can get out.
it's just like you're just standing there and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
why?
Yeah.
And you're just like, I could just drown a little bit. And
I
you
could
just
do
look
it.
up. It
This could
feels
be
good,
the
but
time.
also you're just like, end me.
Yeah.
Oh, I just
You're
sit
just
on the shower
standing in the
floor,
warmth.
rock back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
kinda-
I'll sit
It's
on the
hard to
shower
get me out of the shower.
Matt does sit on the shower
Yeah,
floor.
I'll
He
sit on
doesn't
the
care.
shower floor.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
fine.
I'll do that
My
too,
new
yeah,
one's
yeah.
got like a seat in it, and I find myself ignoring the seat and just being like, I'll just chill down here. You know?
Yeah.
You can lean your arms on the
Yeah,
seat.
exactly.
So, yeah, do
Lean on the
this.
seat, you know.
I know. Oh yeah.
I've also got a tub that I haven't used. I don't know what's up with that. But
See, I take baths all the time.
Once?
I love bath bombs.
At least once I probably
use it
should,
once, yeah.
just to see like that it works.
Yeah.
But
Got some spares. I can toss you. When you want lavender?
a bath
Yeah.
bomb.
Nice purpley bath. Have that. I also have some
Dude.
gloves that will rip your skin apart, but God, do they exfoliate
They're not
you.
that bad. But
So you've had cats before, right?
Yep. A lot.
Lavender would be a death sentence for me
Also true.
because Arya hates it.
Interesting.
She hates that, and she hates
The
apricot.
least chill cat
yeah,
hates lavender.
shouldn't she run from
Weird.
it?
No,
Yeah.
like
That'd be a death sentence.
Casey had like an apricot scrub once that like literally she used it. The cat,
Was it St. Ives?
I don't know.
I
have
don't know.
no
Just
idea.
don't use
we,
that.
We just
Okay.
we just
Cats
Hang
hate
on.
the saints.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. She used it. The cat like immediately flipped her shit, pissed all over the floor, ran around the
Now,
apartment.
did
She
she
pissed
physically
again.
flip her shit?
Yes.
Or that's
like
just
she
like
because when she gets nervous, she just shits. So she
Oh.
shit
And then
like
came
right
back
there
for
too. And then like
Damn.
she just attacked Casey after that.
Weird.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was weird.
I want to send you a box of lavender.
Yeah,
now.
do cats hate
I
lavender?
know you do.
Do not open until inside.
Unless cat is
No!
near. Aria. Now,
She's like that with lavender, but not as bad. She just gets like pissy.
have you
but-
tried a catnip
apricots.
bath bomb?
No, but she has a tower. When we got the new house, I got her a second tower for like the living room, and it's coated in like catnip. If she's up there, she'll fight you. If she's down, she's like
My
sweet.
nip.
So everything makes her fighty.
She has very few other reactions. It's love you for a little bit and fight, and that's her entirety of her life.
Those are
Which is a lot of like,
or
that's kind
sleep.
of cat MO.
I think that's true. Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, that's not that unique.
My MO.
Oh, all my cats, we either like adopted them early, so they kind of grew up with us, and we were very like hands-on with our cats. Or upon adopting them, we said, you're gonna have to get used to us just like touching you, because we're gonna
Yeah.
want to cuddle and pick you up.
Well, and that's
So,
like with
yeah.
Arya. For like the first like 2 months, it was like every day I just held her, like everywhere I went, and she got out of that real quick when she got bigger, where she's like, no, I'll be near, but I decide
Yeah.
when I come up there. And
Cats are usually like, I'll come to you when I'm ready.
yeah.
Okay.
And she like lately she's been very ready. I don't know, but like at the same time, I know it's a time bomb where it's like at any moment.
She's marinating you
Yeah.
for the next attack.
Yeah.
Love bombing.
She's
Yeah.
like, he won't expect it.
Those
Exactly.
gloves you have that you talked about, they were great when I had psoriasis. I mean, I still have it, but I have medication now, so it's not really a thing. But they're like grippy gloves. It's like a lighter version of like a cheese grater,
Or
right?
Brillo pad.
It's like you put the gloves on, but they're rough.
Yeah, like for exfoliating.
And yes, it's for exfoliating your skin to get in there. But it was great because like I had moderate psoriasis, not like severe. Like I wouldn't like bleed and shit. It would just be like really flaky. But if I take a shower, I could like scrub it and it would all come off. Which then though it'd just be all like red and shiny. Like would like look at it goes from like scaly to like what's that rash? but the rash at least was smooth.
Right.
That was me going, I'm smooth and red.
Baby smooth and baby red.
Right.
Ruby
like,
red.
Yeah. That was
Fresh.
but like they feel good when you're like, ooh, and like you know you're scrubbing all the dead skin off.
Shouldn't use it on your face. Don't know.
He's like,
feel
I-
allergic
well,
to
I
it.
mean-
I use it everywhere.
He knows his face. Let him do it.
Sometimes it went a little too harsh on the scrotum. Whoa! like a baby.
Whoa! What?
Well,
There's a lot to unpack.
Look, you don't wash down there.
I
in
do.
the shower.
Not with like
Yeah, but I don't
sandpaper.
exfoliate. It's not like a foot
Like,
pill on my
I'm just
balls.
saying, you put the gloves on, and it also acts as like a loofah, you know, where you just squirt a little bit of soap, and the
Sure.
soap gets so much more mileage, you know, because if you do it in your
Right.
hand, it's like squirt, squirt, and then it's gone. This is like a fabric, so the soap, it just keeps coming.
I use the
It
little
lasts.
mesh loofah balls that have the
You should
exfoliating
wash
ridges.
those, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
or I
Yeah.
replace it.
Yeah.
I'm just
Wash
saying,
or
I
replace.
recommend
Good
you
on you.
probably get the gloves like one per person. Because it's filled with nothing but like dead skin guts.
Oh,
Trust
yeah.
doesn't wash
Since
things.
this just really like gets in there.
Scrotum bits, yeah.
And,
I mean,
yeah.
Michael's right. Maybe we can have like a poll about
Hang
this.
on,
If you
clip
use the
that.
gloves, yeah.
Play it back. Michael's right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's not Michael's.
Just saying, put that on your tombstone.
Has a
When
point.
you're dead and buried, people will come and visit your gravesite, and there'll be a little play button, and it'll just say, "Michael's right."
Like,
Michael's
no,
right.
and I'll haunt that grave. No,
Michael's
no.
right. And then,
Stop it.
and then I'll still be alive and well, obviously, on my second or third marriage, and I'll say,
How many gloves? have you gone through?
125.
I'll say,
Scrub gloves.
they were talking about my scrotum.
I had the shiniest balls in my graduation course. Wait, what? I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know.
I love
I don't know what I'm saying, and you took it to another level.
He took you to college.
I
That
just
was
schooled
great.
you is what I did.
You have an amazing life post my death. You know, maybe you're better off.
Here lies Michael
You went back to
Jones,
school,
thrice
yeah.
married and
Shiniest
2
scrotum.
centuries old.
Might have stopped you.
He had the shiniest balls anyone never saw.
His balls
Never saw.
shine like
Take our word for it.
He's
They were
like-
shiny.
In my will, I will give everything to my kids, and I'm asking for my scrotum to be taxidermied for it. He will live in a museum
God.
far beyond my
What
life.
are you?
Grandpa, tell us.
I don't know. It's Thursday.
Tell us more about the balls.
Thursday's the new Friday. My brain gives out Wednesday afternoon. at
Thursday became the
least.
new Friday
I
when
just
this
think I
show.
realized coming back might be rough.
Thursday
Get back to
became
your
the new
normal.
Friday when they moved this show to Thursday.
Also true.
Yeah.
All I wanted to know is
This
for the
used to
chat
be the
to tell me.
final effort.
This is our
was.
It was
last.
like it was the end of the day Friday.
Yeah.
And now it's the end of the day Thursday.
If you scrub your nether regions with those rough gloves, please put yes in the poll that they're going to make absolutely right now. Yes, you scrub down there with the gloves, or no, you don't.
Why not? Though?
I mean,
I do.
We
I'm
might
with
have
you.
some mods
Scrub
there
my
in the
nuts
chat.
first, but, yeah.
Shout out to the mods, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping it chill in there. But yeah, let's run a poll.
And while we run that poll, I'm gonna preempt the first bell because it seems like a perfect time for it while you're shouting out to the mods. Maybe just ding it while I'm talking about it. Shout out. I hear.
they-
It was like,
Like,
oh shit,
where's the
he's
bell? Where's the
what
bell?
the fuck is he doing? He's going off script. Someone started Someone started screaming in the broadcast room.
Someone fell.
What up? How you doing? You scrubbing? You should be. Thanks for being a first member. It says it right there on the screen. Everything you need to know is right down there at the bottom of the screen. Thank you for supporting our shows. First shows, regular shows, all the shows. We appreciate it. But 2020 was a real doo-doo of a year, and fortunately, we made it. We're a quarter of the way into 2021, and it's very good, and
Nice.
because
I thought you were gonna like pause and say good and nice.
you, okay? I'm just saying, they didn't, first members, thanks. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Matt knows.
I
Matt
feel
knows.
you.
Matt used to be a first member, got hired, quit
true.
immediately.
No, I
Immediately
not,
canceled his first.
not immediately. it was for a while.
But look, yeah, he forgot. You're not a first member, sign up, free trial, this and that. Lots of stuff, lots of shows. And also, now, to segue into another thing, which is, we talked about it last week on the show, but you mentioned it on the AWU today, that hasn't come out yet. You got points.
There's points.
Not just for first members.
People like
But-
rewards. Everybody in the store.roosterteeth.com
Sign up.
domain.
People like rewards. You buy stuff, you say, that's a cool shirt. You buy it, you can buy it anyway. Now you get points. And you can use the points to
Red Web
redeem
merch,
even
perhaps?
more reverse savings.
It's not a conspiracy. It's real. You can do it.
Yeah.
Now.
We still don't know if you can redeem me with the points. We're not sure on that yet.
You can.
TBD.
We'll get there.
But I feel like if you save enough points, you could start redeeming.
I wonder if Garbo
items
is still
or-
listed
I
as
hope not.
an
You
item.
think somebody's gonna come in with the big 1 mil?
I think if they pool their points, it's like that episode of The Office. If everybody in the community pools their points, will they have enough to actually purchase a
Well,
Garbo?
here's the thing I'll say,
and
too.
we will have to facilitate.
Well,
Someone will.
the thing is, not the one that went up for sale because I threw it away.
Wow. Why would you do that?
It was falling apart.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I don't know if
That was a
anyone
very
noticed.
Andy reaction to.
I don't know if anyone noticed. We did. Man, last year was a blur. We did some kind of stupid thing that had a bunch of stupid mascots, and Garbo was there, and Gambo was. It was like the G. It was like the 3 Gs.
Oh.
I had to remake Garbo because I threw him away, and Sarah
Right.
was like, "What size are the googly eyes?" I went, "I don't know. We just took it off a helmet."
It was for Cyber Monday because
when-
I was Cybermon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there you go. When we made Garbo, Gavin went, let's take those. And there was googly eyes on a Master Chief helmet.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't know. And so she's like, are they this size or this size? And I went, I don't know, order both. They were both fucking huge. Right? The Garbo's eyes are maybe this big, like at 3 inches or so. I got like a 5-inch and a 6-inch. Dude, and I used the smaller of the two. The 6 were like, so even I don't know what made the cut because we filmed so much shit. I just kept going, my eyes are wide open now because they were like twice the size that the regular Garbo eyes were. They're
Garbo found the marijuana
Oh, they're fucking
Garbo.
huge. I really gotta get new ones that are actually smaller. But anyway, if you want to buy that Garbo, it's at home now in a garbage dump somewhere because it was a
He was a
trash
collectible.
bag. It was a trash bag with 2 reused googly eyes on it, and the thing was like 3 years old.
What if in a Toy Story-like scenario, he rules the dump now?
He
Like,
does.
he-
In our
and he's
garage,
like,
yes.
Corral.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Upstart. Nothing is more terrifying than looking at your credit card statement every month. We've all been there at one point. and time. If your credit card debt feels like this massive burden weighing you down, Upstart is here to lift that weight off your shoulders so you can finally feel the relief of being free from credit card debt. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, all online, whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses. Over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment. Unlike other lenders, Upstart looks at more than just your credit score, like your income and employment history, so they can offer smarter rates with trusted partners. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 to $50,000, and you can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/off-topic. That's upstart.com/off-topic. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/off-topic. So the poll of do you use gloves down there? Overwhelmingly no. But
Cowards.
I want to wonder how many people are answering no that don't use the gloves at all.
Also
You know what
true.
I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Where's the
It's very-
third?
Are you
I don't
specifying?
partake?
I just want to know people that are using the gloves, because 70% seems insane to me that you'd have the exfoliating gloves, you'd use them, and then you go, no, 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 and you take them off to wash down there.
Right.
That seems crazy to me.
I go pretty hard on the scrubbing too. Like I don't know about y'all, but I'll put them on and go, here we go.
That is the thing I'll give you. Lindsay's like, you'll die.
It's like a mini game.
Yeah.
Like, do.
I put them on,
It's like a metal
scrub,
soap.
and I'm done. Lindsay's like, I want blood.
Yes.
It's kind of unnecessary.
Well, I mean,
But-
Do you do it?
Fountain
You
of
do
youth.
it daily? Because you can't over exfoliate.
No.
I've learned.
Yes, you can. And that's why I don't
I keep
do it
cleaning the
daily.
flesh out of the drain.
Yeah,
Pulling-
it's been
pulling
sloughing
chunks
off.
out. Yeah.
I don't even, I mean,
they
like,
keep saying, help me. I don't know.
sounds
That's about-
gross.
Yeah, see, a lot of no gloves are coming.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I feel like that poll is inconclusive.
Your vote doesn't
You know what I
count. You're
mean?
not a
Yeah.
citizen of Glove-topia.
Wow, Lindsay's throwing out your votes.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh.
Get out of here.
Don't worry, I'll send a van full of them.
Yeah, you're coughing the lines. Yeah.
You go to sleep,
You rigged the
you
whole
wake
thing.
up in the morning, 90% yes.
Oh my
Oh, what happened? There was a vote. There was a ballot dump in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, that's when all the yes to the gloves came in. Mm-hmm. You went to sleep. You went to sleep knowing that there weren't heathens washing with gloves down there. Woke up and everything changed.
A glove in every house, they say.
Joke's on you.
Now, here's the real question for you all.
What's
is
up?
stereotypically, I've heard that dudes usually like their showers a little colder than everyone else. I blast that heat. Like my
Piping.
shower is like,
It's piping.
oh yeah, piping hot for you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
super hot
It's-
shower?
it
Usually
has to be.
pipe. I as I got older, maybe my internal temperature has increased because I like a little bit colder shower. Sometimes it's full on like give me a cold shower. Like if I'm hot and sweaty and shit,
Oh, well, yeah.
I'll make it cold. But what I like to do is I crank the heat, I let it run for a couple minutes because also we don't have the best hot water. It takes a little bit to get warm. Crank the heat to like warm up the whole atmosphere. Like get the shower warm.
Sure.
And then when I get in, I turn it down a little.
Talking
I
about
like
jungle bathroom.
Yes, I like the bathroom and the shower
tropical
being
bathroom,
warm
yes.
and steamy. But once I'm in it and showering, the water goes down a little bit because I'll freeze to death when I get out of the shower.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. We have a little space heater, and really the only thing I use it for is I'll plug it in before I take a shower.
Sure.
So I don't freeze to death.
Right next to
when I
the
get out.
shower to make sure you
I
have
put it in the
maximum-
shower.
Put it in the shower for maximum warm.
Yeah.
I throw the cord over the top.
It's just dangling.
It just dangles.
And the cable's barely, it's kind of like
dangles a little bit.
sparking as it's trying to exit the outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because of the weight of the heater
The
pulls
thrill.
down, so the
Right.
cables are
And I
coming
think-
out a little bit, and the wires are
I
exposed.
I think we need to contact the company and get that fixed. It's a design flaw, but I'm with you.
Yeah.
Do you use conditioner? Probably not, because you're a
Every now and then I might.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like Matt
same.
would. Yeah.
Well, it's really more of a like, it depends on the shower.
Okay.
Like each shower is different. Where I'm like, I got time for conditioner today. I can pop it in.
I'll tell you, just because your hair
It's a
length, you will
Monday.
always need conditioner. Period.
Oh
my
yeah,
friend.
no, I know. I've been told I always need conditioner.
Oh yeah.
But
That's the only time I have cold water in my shower though, because that like locks in the moisture. So
Yeah,
it's
that's-
warm for shampoo, cold for conditioner.
that's what sucks is like, because when you dye your hair, you're supposed to have like colder water to kind of keep the dye. There's like a 2 to 3 week period after I dye it where I'm like, okay, only hot water can touch my body, but cold water should touch the hair. Nothing. That's how it has to work. But after the 3 weeks, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just re-dye it.
That's why I just use dry shampoo. I'll be honest.
I don't like that either. My
really?
hair just gets like too oily if I do that.
See, it like removes all the oil for me. I'm just like, oh yeah. And then unfortunately though, I get like what I call like the George Washington like leftover wig powder look, where I'm
Yeah,
like, wow, I look very
that's why I
colonial
don't
right now.
like it.
Like not
It's a
not
very
good.
specific look.
Yeah.
But
Not going for that.
But I know what you're talking about. That's
Yeah,
the thing. Like,
exactly. If I pop some wooden teeth in, maybe I can make it work, but I don't plan to.
What do you think Washington laughed like? Like a Popeyes? Like, I like that. You got some Washington in your blood, I
Dude,
think.
thank you.
Yeah.
Proud. Yeah.
It's probably chattering.
Like,
it really.
because like if he kept his lips down, he would get splinters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It disrupted every conversation he was in. They had to be like, don't tell a joke because he's going to laugh.
Do you think he
It was
gets too
worse
drunk
than
and
the
he pulls
Jared
them out?
Yeah.
Like, oh, George has had like 6 kegs of ale. He's
I
bust his
didn't-
teeth out again.
I
Always says
didn't
this.
really know, not having long hair basically my entire life, how much, I always thought oily is bad, right? Or greasy. Someone's like,
Sure.
If someone said, your hair looks greasy, you're like, uh-oh, better take a shower. And then I got longer hair and people would be like, you cannot wash the grease out of your hair. You gotta get the oils to the end of your hair. And I'm like, pick a lane.
Right.
Yeah.
What is, I wanna be clean.
Well, that's
And they're
an-
like, look, clean isn't fabulous looking.
Sure.
You want just enough yuck in your
A
hair.
little bit of oil is good.
See,
Yeah,
weird.
flyaways
That's
and
weird
stuff.
to me.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is weird to me as well.
It's like,
I
oh, your
love
hair
it
is,
all.
you got flyaways because I took a fucking shower. And they're
Right.
like, too much.
Too much shower.
Just
Too
roll
much
around in the
shower.
dirt a
The thing
little
is, like,
bit.
my
Yeah.
hair's
Get that-
super thin.
that
So I have to take a shower
glamorous
like
look.
every day or it looks oily.
You idiot.
I know.
You're the essential
I'm a fool.
oils. Now all
Well,
of a
you could be
sudden,
showering too
the
much
word
and stripping your
essential is
oils
being
now.
added.
I
to
don't
it.
care.
You're stripping the oil.
And that's why my diet is heavy in oils because
Yeah.
of the essential oil.
Well, if you eat a
So
lot
you
of
want
fish oil,
oily hair, but
yeah.
not an oily face. It's like you got to get more oils in your face.
Well, you want some oil.
too
in place,
clean.
Not too oily. But also,
You don't want to be too dry. You
Yeah.
don't want to be too
Holy
just-
shit! I want to be
Up
dry.
with
I want to be
whatever.
clean.
Goldilocks method.
It's an annoying process.
Yeah.
We should
Well-
just accept pain.
It's like
Before
baking a
coming here-
goddamn cake.
I took Moroccan oil and I just go like
easier to
this
accept the pain.
in my hair to try and get some of the oil in there, get some moisture in there, so my hair doesn't die even more than it already had. Look at all my dead hair.
You got that platinum, like pure white look going on
Thank
with
you.
the frosty, like
I'm kind of surprised that I got it this
like
platinum.
a
Yeah.
lavender type of purple going
Yeah,
on.
thank you. I actually have
Call it lurk.
roots,
Purple.
lavenders here. I think I have some. What's literally this stone I'm wearing? Come on, brain.
Turquoise?
Amethyst.
Topaz?
Amethyst.
No,
Thank you, my
oh,
friend.
shit. I
Thank
didn't
you.
see
Oh, that is a mind seer.
So I have like 4 colors in my hair right now, technically. Yeah, to get.
Is
that
it like,
finally.
is it layered going back, or is it kind of like layers as in you had one color and then you put another one on?
The latter. So then
Gotcha.
I can like because I had to bleach to get to this. Obviously, my hair like you can see my roots. This is about the color it is right now. Naturally, it's a darker brown. I'm dirty blonde, but yeah, still. Then I bleached it, damaged a bunch of my hair, and I was like, I gotta chill out.
Damaged
So I was like,
Lost a lot of HP.
gotta chill a little bit. So then all my roots, if I touched it up, this is just like a color rinse. So you don't really have to like bleach your hair at all, and I've just kind of let that
A little
ride.
healthier on the.
Yeah.
That's just
yeah.
like, and I saw a bunch of
Exactly.
people saying this is crazy to me. They're like, oh, I'll wash my hair every 3rd shower. I'm not getting in the shower and not washing my hair.
Yeah.
I did that a lot.
It's just not. No,
At a certain-
I'm already
at a-
there. What a
I have a shower
waste.
cap.
Well, it's at a certain length, you don't really have a choice. Like, unless you're wearing a
It'll get
shower
in there.
cap.
A shower cap,
But it's like, once you're in, it's like, well, my hair's.
I'm just like,
already
look,
wet.
it's been
What-
a
what do
month.
you
I'm
do?
gonna wash it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
And scrub everywhere.
When I'm taking my quarterly shower, I'm in there. I paid my quarter.
When I start to smell myself, and I go, I should take a shower.
Well, that's the other thing too is people then they go like, oh, well, you can get tips. You can. This person will tell you, I don't want tips. I don't care. There's so many people, Lindsay included, that are like, this is what you got to do, and I go, I don't got to do shit. Okay? Looks like shit? Whatever. Doesn't look like shit? That's fine.
I'm just glad, it's still short. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing that I can't smell my hair, because I feel like that would just add to the quarantine smells of myself.
You know what's
That would be a
interesting?
problem.
Yeah, I'll do that a lot.
That I have
It's
now.
probably nice when because you shower, I'm sure, so you like.
It is
like,
nice.
Ah,
It
that's
does
fresh.
smell-
It's
It
nice.
smells minty.
What
And
is?
it's a little mustache.
What's interesting
you
is
use
when
the
you
tea
reach the
tree?
point.
Tea tree oil?
It's like a I don't
tree
even
oil?
know. It's
Yeah.
like a thing that's for dyed hair. I shouldn't even use it
okay,
anymore at this point. But
There's an interesting point when your hair starts getting in your mouth.
that's not interesting.
No, I'd have
It's
to.
a-
I've never had that before.
At my longest, I'd had to pull it.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I could go
And
like.
now it's like, oh, there's hair in my mouth. That's my hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a hair in my mouth.
Anyway, you get a free meal, so it's okay.
I don't need it.
Yeah, I doubt.
if you're going out to eat.
Say, perhaps I'm wrong, but also I hate wearing like any type of lip gloss or stick, and you have long hair, and it blows in your face, and it's just like, you're like, gross. I gotta like wipe this all off.
Haven't had that yet.
Yep. I'm like, sweet. Who wants a kiss?
The worst is like I'll be brushing my teeth and be like,
Disease.
all right, no, that's in my hair. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great.
I've had that happen a couple
That's-
times.
that's,
Gets
good.
around.
Oh, have you ever like gone to spit your toothpaste out and your hair comes from behind your ears in front of you and then right into the hair?
I've thrown up that
Oh,
way. And I'm like,
no.
awesome. like my hair.
Great.
Didn't have someone to hold it back.
You just
for me.
cut it out.
Oh, that's a good point. Smell your hat, Trey. That's
Nah,
Ooh.
that's
How you
they're just
know.
trying
That's
to they're just
concentrated
trying
hair.
to keep my hair.
Well, no, I mean, but after the show, that's if you really want to know what that
I
stank
don't. That's what I'm
is.
saying is I'm glad I don't know what that
But
smells
what if
like.
it's
I
really
don't-
good? And then Barbara
Oh,
just
it-
catches you in the middle of the
Dude,
night, just huffing
After
your head.
Yeah, I'm just
after
What are you doing? Nothing.
after
smelling
eating
myself.
freshly dyed hair, it smells great.
Yeah, no, that is the best smell. When you get your hair
smelling my
professionally
own
done,
hair.
Yes.
It's so good.
When you leave that salon, you're like, I could smell my hair all day. It's like whipping in the wind.
Dude, when
Fabio.
I leave like this salon, I'm like, I've got about 12 hours. 12
Damn.
good
Make it
hours
last.
on this hair. I gotta take pictures. I
And
gotta
in
do
that
something.
moment, Matt lives his life.
Yeah.
He goes sightseeing.
Damn, dude.
He goes out to eat. He makes a new friend. And then after
And
those
then
12
after-
hours are
I
done,
I can't see him.
he's
It's gone.
back to
Back
Matt
to-
that we know.
That's awesome.
Well, and the worst part is always like, I did this at 6 o'clock. No one will see this.
Yeah, I don't ever see Matt in those 12 hours.
Yeah. No
This
one-
is like the
should have
golden
been
hour.
there, man.
Like we all have this golden hour when the sun is setting and the light is warm and it fills our face and you take the selfie. Matt has the golden hour day where he walks out of the salon
Whoa.
and it's like the opposite end of Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3 when he's walking down the sidewalk like doing the awkward like cringy emo thing, but it's Matt and he's actually like glowing and like
Yeah, I'm pulling it off.
He looks
and
like
people are
Sandra
throwing
Bullock in
themselves at him and he goes
Congeniality.
ta-ta and then off he walks glowing,
And then
radiant.
at the very end of it, I'm like, trust me, this is for you. And then like I see the clock tick over and just
I just realized that exists. It's Cinderella.
It is Cinderella. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, you're talking Cinderella. Yeah, literally.
And then you leave something at the salon and the hairdresser's like, I need to find whose wallet
scrunchie is this? Yeah.
Whose pocket does this wallet
scrunchie?
fit in? Yeah, who's scrunchie?
Whose beard comb is this? A little one, like a mustache comb.
I will say,
It fits.
some of the saddest, saddest moments is when you leave the salon and you have an awesome hairstyle and then the wind just destroys it in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, that was
that's
all
that's
right.
rough.
Like, damn it.
I know there was like the last RTX I think we had in person. I dyed it blue, red, and purple in the middle. And then like immediately after going to the salon, I went to a pool party.
Oh, that's
Like a fool.
Was it a cool
No.
pool party?
It was
super
cool,
cool pool party.
but then I was just like, I can't swim. I can't do anything. It's
Sure
just
can't.
I'm just sitting here, or I can ruin it.
Hey.
See, I
Yeah,
never,
that was it.
unless I'm like going to like a wedding or something really like, all right, don't show up looking like an asshole. I'll never care that much. I'm not gonna go to a pool party and not get in the pool. So my solution
Yeah.
is never have my hair in a situation where it can't go in the water. I just can't be held. I can't be held back
foolish-
by these societal standards.
I've turned
know
into
what
my
I mean?
grandma. I'm like, don't get my hair wet.
Are you
Swim over
grandma?
there.
That's my mother since my entire life.
Swim
When she
over
was
there.
20. It was just like, and I wasn't even alive then. I was just peering into the future.
No splashing, kids.
Oh yeah, that was my entire life growing up. Like, don't get my hair wet. And you just go. I have been fucking with her so much in the last. it's so great. Like the guest room that she's in, it's just like where we put the extra pillows. You know, like we buy new ones and end up with extra ones or whatever. But it kind of fits her perfectly. Where there's like 8 pillows on the bed, and she'll create this like pillow empire of like it's like a pyramid stack. And so either she's in there and I'll just pull a pillow out from behind her head and then like put it on top. I'll just start piling them all on top of her while she screams and flails like a turtle on its back.
You're entombing me.
Oh, well, no, it's not even really the entombing. It's more like, I had it all set up perfect.
Just like I liked it.
Just like I like it. Or I pop in when she's out of the room and I just fuck it all up. And I just like throw a bunch on the floor. And then
must have been
I
the
giggle.
girls, you know?
Yeah. She knows. Because then later in the day, she'll go, I saw what you did. And it's like,
got a camera in there.
I don't need to see the reaction to get the satisfaction.
Yeah.
I just fuck it up and I giggle to myself and I walk away.
every now
I've
and
been
then
doing
you
that
hear-
for like 5-6 days.
You hear around the house, like, and I heard it when we visited, but now we get it in our house too. I'll be just upstairs doing something, and you hear Denise go, Michael! And I'm like, oh, what did you do? I'm like, what happened?
Oh, dude, she was eating. She had a bowl of cereal the other day, and she's just sitting there in the bed, and the cereal was next to her. And I'll walk in, and I go, you're gonna spill it. And there was just like she'd already eaten it, so it's just a little bit of milk and like a couple bits of, I think it was like Frosted Flakes or whatever. And I'm like, you're gonna spill it. And then I start shaking the bowl. And even though it's my house, it's my bed, she goes, stop it! Like she's like a neat freak. And I'll just go, stop, you're gonna spill it. Like as she's holding it with like a death grip, I'm taking the spoon and I'm just going like this, going, you're gonna spill! And I'm screaming at her while I'm shaking the spoon, going, you're gonna spill it! Stop! Stop! And then she goes, and I'll put it down and go, hey, listen, stop! I'll do it for 4 minutes. It's so
overstay the welcome.
so enjoyable to me.
I figured you would have walked in,
so much fun.
seeing the bowl on the bed and just plop down really hard right next to it.
No,
and
see-
be like, oh, look what you
No,
did.
see
You left
that?
it on the bed.
I like to drag it out because then it's just a mess.
Right. Well, that's what you do. You shake the
Yeah,
bowl,
yeah,
you splash the spoon. When she
Dude.
finally thinks you settled down, you got her in her comfort zone.
Yeah, I came
you
down.
plop down.
I came downstairs this morning. She was drinking coffee, and I go, "Oh, you drinking coffee?" And I just start doing this with the coffee cup. And she'll let me
She's
just
like,
like,
"Where did-"
spill it.
She goes, where did I go wrong?
I mean, to her, spilling is like you've ruined it. Yeah, everything's ruined now.
Well, you
know?
aerated
I'll
her
just- I'll
coffee
just go like-
when she didn't
Yeah,
want that.
it's true.
And what happens is it lowered it by a degree when it was prime drinking temp. So what happens is the room tone and Michael's voice fade into a far distance, and you hear a high-pitched squeal, it's kind of like tinnitus, kind of eke in as she goes, "Where did I go wrong?" and then she snaps back.
The world around slowly freezes.
She doesn't even get that. She doesn't get that far into it. She goes, "You an asshole."
It's so
You're
much
just like your brother.
Right. It's like a sitcom. Like every episode's
Oh,
gonna
I
be the
love
same.
that.
It's like,
I love
okay,
it.
and Michael comes in
Oh,
and
nothing
Denise can
ever
say this, and then this
changes.
happens.
Oh,
and
that's
then we,
kind of like really sweet in its
we'll
own
meet
way.
again
I
tomorrow
love
at
that.
6. All right. Break.
God.
Yeah. I don't know. Denise is great. I love Denise. I like her, just the East Coast energy that she brings in, because as we talked about before, it's so different from Texas energy. And like we just
Hey,
came up
She made us
with-
breakfast this morning.
She
That
did.
was
It was some kielbasa and eggs.
Kielbasa and eggs.
Thank you.
Nice.
A
But
little
just
cold though.
coming off of Easter weekend, hope y'all enjoyed it, by the way. If you're
Yeah.
celebrating or not, we had some egg hunts. We're not really
yeah.
religious, but we enjoyed a nice secular Easter, I guess.
Sure.
But coming from my family, which is very like, if you've seen King of the Hill, my father, I think, is very much like Hank Hill. Talks slow, has a little drawl, just wants to take it easy and live that good Texas life. And then Denise is over here like screaming with Michael about whatever. I'm like, I
She's
kind of
so
love this
easy to
energy
rile
here.
up. Oh, dude, like, it's a thing that I do it just out of revenge and it makes me laugh. But like growing up, even if my mother was going somewhere, like, oh, I'm going shopping or whatever, you know, I'm gonna pick up food on the way back. It'd be like, well, you have to come with me. I don't know if anybody else ever had that. Your
Yeah.
parent like makes you get. in
Dad's
the
going
car.
shopping,
even
and
though
so
even
you
though
need
you're
to
not
come with. I'm
you're
like,
not helping in any way. And every time I leave, I go, come on, you gotta
Bonding
come.
moment.
Come on,
Come on.
come on. I dragged her out of bed last night because I went to Wendy's at like 10:30. I was like, you gotta get in the car. You gotta go.
You gotta get like an
gotta
adult car seat for
Yeah.
her.
And so like, dude, backing out of the driveway, I just like put it in reverse and I just hit the brakes like over and over, and I just jostle the shit out of the car for no reason. Just go, stop it. And I go, what? I thought there was a squirrel. I'm like, we're not even out of the driveway yet.
I saw a cat.
It's so annoying. God, it makes me laugh so much.
Stop it. Hey, I'm driving. Don't distract the driver.
I do that all the time. I go, you're
What are
gonna
you
make
doing?
me
You want to die?
crash. Stop.
What What? I miss the
dude.
days when she would drop by on your account. I'd gesture here to where the chat is.
Well, you know what happened is I think I changed my password. And so, like, she was auto-logged in.
Oh.
So she'll just constantly go, it doesn't work anymore.
It's
like,
the
yeah,
website's broken.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, it doesn't work. But, like, we went to Wendy's, and she wanted a junior cheeseburger. The entire ride there, back, and at home, I just kept going, you want a Baconator? No, I don't want bacon. And I go, well, the Baconator comes with bacon. It's got, and I'm just listening.
I know
to
exactly what you're. I know exactly what you're doing.
No. And then,
Part that gets on the way back.
oh,
Like, you already got the food.
entire thing great was so like I got a junior bacon cheeseburger, which was so great because we got back and then I gave it to her and she opened it and she's like, "There's bacon on it," and I went, "Yeah, you wanted the bacon here." To the point, like almost to the point where she was eating it, and it's like, "Nah, here's your real sandwich."
Wow. Dude, Michael the Menace. Jamie, please animate just the selection of stories Michael
It's payback,
gave.
is what it is.
God.
It's payback.
Well, on top of that too, I went to Walmart with Iris, taking a shopping trip with my kid, bonding, going, let's buy some stuff. We'll talk a little bit. I got some new path lights for the front of our house because the ones we have are old. And so I put them out. This is like 10:30 at night. I'm like putting them out. I'm like, I'm just gonna get it done tonight.
Yeah.
Cool. Michael will love this. So I put them up. I showed Denise, and of course she's like, oh, I love them. They look great. I'm like, thank you very much. Okay, cool.
So good.
And she goes to that trip that he just talked about to Wendy's and comes back. And I'm like, hey, did you see the lights?
It wasn't even. It was this morning. It was the next day.
Oh, interesting.
No. We did that whole thing, and
Oh.
then today you asked me like, and again, just to be an asshole to you for no reason, you were like, "Oh, did you see the lights?" And I go, "Oh no, I didn't notice them," which I obviously had. And that's when you're like, "Oh, well, Denise noticed them," and my mother goes, "He saw them. He said he was gonna bash them all with a bat." And I went, "No, I didn't say that." My mother goes, "Oh, look at all the lights Lindsay put up," and I went, "I'm gonna smash them. I'm gonna smash them all with a baseball bat."
He said he's gonna bash him with a bat.
Right.
It was a whole day later.
Also, you're nuts. That was absolutely right after Wendy's because we were right after me going, no,
Was it?
just leave the bacon thing alone.
Was
Leave
it?
alone."
It all blends together.
Yes,
the other thing is,
Oh my God, dude.
we have an archway leading to our house because it's spring. Birds have been making a nest.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And so it's like we dealt with it one year where they did it in the backyard and it was a nightmare because we didn't get rid of it by the time they built it, and by the time they built it, they had babies, and it's like, oh, we'll leave it.
Then you get rid of it.
But it was annoying as shit because anytime we went in the backyard, the birds would scream, and all the goddamn birds in the neighborhood would like swoop down to like leave our eggs alone, you know.
yeah.
And it's like they would
That's my
fly.
front yard right
they
now.
would fly like an inch above,
Yeah.
and it was annoying as shit.
Yeah.
The front, I don't really
nature.
care because I don't like stand in the front of my house.
Yeah.
So it's like
Don't just stand and
every
look
time.
sometimes?
Every time I leave the house, the birds fly away. And then I go in
Yeah.
the house and they come back. So I don't really care. So we left it there. But it was like perfect timing where every day I tell my mother, I go, hey, first thing tomorrow, you got to go out there. You got to kill those birds.
Oh my God.
I've been telling her that for a week. And so
You gotta kill
also she said, the birds are fine. She said, he told me he's going to bash all the lights with a bat and then kill the birds.
No. Goodness.
Oh my
I just say
God.
anything I can to get a rise out of her, which is anything. The birds are fine.
And she takes you seriously to this
She doesn't
day.
really take me serious,
Yes
but
and
she
no.
still
She's like,
she still reacts.
I have to
Yes.
entertain it to a level because if I don't, he might go and
He
do
might do
that.
it.
There is a room with
Much
which
like,
he might.
you know, like the training response you have when they talk about like animal trainers. They're like, you want a neutral response because if you give them any response, they're going to enjoy that response. So if they respond in a bad way, just give them neutral response. Denise is rewarding this behavior with some
Every
kind of
time.
response, and I'm just going, no.
The thing about Denise is too though, you might be like, oh my God, that's hard. The second it's over, she forgot and doesn't care. There's no like torment of like,
Right.
She'll leave and go, this was the best trip I ever. None of this is like, it's all a fleeting memory.
Right, they're just
This
these
Yeah.
are snippets
This is my
to the grander
entire
line.
childhood in every direction of my brothers to me and us to our parents and like this, that, and what. None of it is lasting. She won't remember any. There will be no like, and then the birds. It'll be a thing that the next time we have a family gathering, she'll be giggling, going, and then he said he was gonna kill the birds.
Talking about birds too.
And then I'll
Matt
say
said
they're dead.
He has some as well.
Yeah, I got birds on the
sympathize.
porch, but they're stupid.
Matt's got
Like,
dumb
they-
birds.
That's birds.
That's
yeah.
birds. They keep
That's
building. I found it like the other night because like Aria was just looking out the front window and like losing her mind, and I was like, what are you looking at?
Doing
So, like,
that.
yeah, I like looked out and there was just a nest with like 2 swallows or whatever just sitting up there.
Yeah.
I wondered why all their bird eggs were just on the front porch. Like they've been falling out of
loose?
the well, they keep falling out of the nest.
These swallows he's talking about, the way they make their nest is not like the way that you would, I guess, think of like the
Yeah.
cartoonish nest of like all the twigs come together. It's like these ones, what they do is they will take bits of mud and then just like spit it on the wall basically to make a nest. So if you have like shitty weather or like anything where that nest falls, there's just like eggs all over your porch.
Yeah,
which we've had
that's
before,
all it
too.
is. And like
And breakfast.
I went out and like got a package and I looked over. There's like 3 eggs on the ground. I'm like, no, right? Then I just heard screaming like from the birds all over the place.
Yo, those
Talking
my
about
eggs!
the
I hate it.
swallowtails with like the, I mean, they're little swallowtails.
Yeah, like
They-
the 2 tails.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that shit all the time, and I hate it.
You'll be thankful when they eat all
in
your
our house. They're
mosquitoes,
safe
though.
there.
Wasps
That too.
and mosquitoes.
Yeah,
true.
They nap
It's
those
true.
up.
They get them buggies.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why I
they,
let
they
them
can
live.
stay and just keep killing their kids. I guess I don't care.
What I did is when I had a nest in my gutter one time, it was right around like the porch area. I just stuck a fake horned owl right there because that deters them. But I'm like, listen, these ones are landlocked because they're babies. And I don't know if I just strengthened the population against fear, in which
You
case
trained
I'm
them.
like, all right. Well, or if I just tormented those poor babies until they could
Hilarious.
fly, and I'm like motivating them to, I gotta fly, Mom, I gotta fly.
Well, and
you got
that's
no
the thing.
feathers.
I've got like a fake horned owl in my front yard too, because like the previous people left it, and I'm like,
Sure.
I'll probably take it away. But
It's a common Texas thing.
Yeah.
I think there's one up
in
on the roof.
In
It's
the
rid of snakes,
backyard, we have a
allegedly.
rubber snake.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
in a light where they used to fuck around, and it does a pretty good job. Some birds are like, it's fucking fake. I don't care. And
Right.
fly.
yeah, no,
They'll
well,
figure it out.
that's these swallows. They land on it and just look at it.
And they shit on it. Probably.
Yeah, can we
They
nest
do.
here? No?
Yeah,
Not
on the
snake?
owl. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, right here.
When I
There is
first
also an
moved-
owl around too, but
yeah.
Yeah, I
has-
like hearing the owls. It's like a rare thing. Indiana, you'd always hear like, it was nice.
There's a big white one near, like, part of where we filmed right outside of Mueller, and I swear to God we hear it all the time, but I keep confusing it with a mourning dove, which we talked about before. So if you've heard those before, they just go, hoo, hoo, and it sounds like they're crying, hence mourning dove. But I'm always like, oh, sweet, an owl. Oh, get out of here, pigeon. There's a million of you.
Get out of here, pigeon.
If there's an owl at 6 a.m., it's drunk. Go to sleep.
There was a tree when I first moved here that was right over where my car was parked. And there was like this group of birds, because it was near some like fields. So a lot of birds just kind of had their habitat around there. A bunch of them took up shop in that tree and would just dump all over my brand new 16-year-old 2005 vehicle, and it's probably very diminished clear coat. But yeah, that's one thing was the snakes thing. I think at one point you, me, and Caleb and a bunch of other people went to pinballs.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. I think you have some tickets, and I was like, I'll just take whatever. They had some like little rubber snakes, and I was like, cool. Threw those onto the roof just because it was a one-story rental. I just threw a handful of them, like I say a handful, like 2 or 3 up onto the roof because they were right next to the tree. It actually solved my car pooping problems. Yeah, because that was true. That was something I had looked up because I was like, do I want to get a fake owl? Because when I was a kid, I figured out putting a picture of an owl worked because there was these birds that kept flying into our window.
Oh, we've had that before, too.
It would
Now-
scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I'd be on my computer playing putt-putt or, Pajama Sam and in my jammies. And, then I'd hear boom. I'm like, oh, geez.
Yeah, then you
I
find
come
a big
outside,
broken neck.
countless birds. And the problem was they were robins, too, which
Yeah.
are one of my favorite birds. I think
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
Not you.
All the birds. and so I had to scare them to save them.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've
Like some
I-
sort of
they're-
chaotic neutral anti-hero. I was, saving the
Scared them to
birds.
say- I'm
Trevor's acting out Poppy, the book, just as a heads up for anyone who reads that. Go ahead.
I'm in like a weird place now that I have a house because I'm like, I want to do that. I want to like try and keep the
Scare
wildlife.
birds.
Yeah, scare birds. Yeah. I want to try and keep the wildlife in my yard alive because I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen that for forever. And even back in South Carolina, I didn't see it alive because I had an indoor-outdoor cat that brought it to me, but it was not alive.
It never brought
before, too.
them like semi-alive. There was a cat
It
I
did.
held
I
that
mean,
for that would bring things in paralyzed, but then there'd be mice everywhere.
Well, I remember one night in particular, like, I heard Bleach, which is the name of the cat, outside, and I was like, he's got something. I'll see if he wants to come in, maybe just, or if he's in trouble or whatever.
Sure.
I opened the door, and we had a screen door. It was just all darkness down the steps, and I saw a mouse body fling up, hit the screen door, and then him run up, grab it, and meow, and then walk off.
He went,
and I was like,
I'm sorry about him. And took him away.
I'm just-
One moment, sir.
That's
You're
all right.
Almost ready.
You keep that. That's,
Let me go back and finish your meal in the kitchen. I'm going to slaughter this rat.
I'll get it for you.
I've had a number of those where like they bring it in, paralyzed, and then the thing like it realizes that the predator's kind of gone and starts moving around the house.
Right.
It's like lizards,
They fake
mice,
dead or whatever.
Yeah.
rabbits. We came home from a family vacation one time to find like blood streaks in our house, and we're like, oh shit, like what's going on? And there was a trail that just led to my parents' bedroom, and it had left like half of a bunny there, and we're like, thanks,
no.
cats, like, appreciate
Yep.
it. Like, they're trying to provide for the family, so as a
Yeah.
parent, you go, listen, thank you, but I'm human, I don't want to eat that.
And that was
Don't-
when I first got that cat. I had it for like a month, and my grandma was like, "I think he can stay inside for forever. I'd be okay with it," because she didn't want the cat at all. And then like the day that we were gonna try and keep him inside, he came in with like a bird that had been just completely fucked up. And I was like, okay, you gotta get, and he opened his mouth and the bird started flying around the
Yep.
room.
Oh, damn.
And she's losing her shit. I'm like, all right, look, it's not, if he stays inside, he'll be fine, because then he won't get more birds. And then like middle of the conversation, he jumped up, grabbed it with a paw, put it in his mouth, killed it on the floor, and she was like, he lives outside for forever now.
So he can do that to more birds.
to more birds. Yeah.
In certain
And he
folklore,
did.
that means someone
sure
in
he
your house
did.
is gonna die, Matt. In certain,
And
dead bird in the house, not good. Just saying. Also, going back a little bit, you're
Not
talking.
good.
Yeah, not good.
Not a good thing.
Talking about protecting wildlife by like making them fear. I feel like I'm that way with like any stray cats or like neighborhood cats. Usually it's neighborhood cats who are friendly and they want to come over and pet. Like now I've reached the point where I'm like, I have to teach you to be afraid because I won't hurt you, but like
But others might.
right, other people
Yeah.
might have bad intentions. So I'm like, I want to touch you, but I have to be like, no, like go away. It's for your own good. Like,
that was what I always liked about that indoor-outdoor cat that I had was like, anyone in my family, totally fine. Like my sister would like play with her friends and like he would be right by her the whole time. And then any one of her friends would walk up, he would be like gone. Like, nope, you can't touch me. You don't
good.
deserve it.
Damn.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
worthy
touch
of it.
this.
MC Hammer cat.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that cat's pants.
That's a good question that I want to raise here, and I think Jeremy and I attempted to solve it, and the question came up organically between Barbara and I, and maybe I don't want to snub the convo if she has it on RT Podcast, but
Please.
we were
Snub away.
It's all snub away. We were talking about. She was telling me a story about a bear, and for some reason, I kept referring to the bear as an elephant. And she goes, "It's not an elephant, it's a bear!" And I won't go into the whole story. I'll leave that for her on the podcast. But basically, the conversation came down to a teddy bear that she had wearing pants. And a teddy bear is very, what is the word when you like humanize an object? Basically, like
Humanizing.
humanize. Sure.
Yes.
Again, I rely on chat for the fun words. But basically, like, it might wear a suit and a hat and, like, I do human things.
Sure.
The teddy bear wears pants, waist down, whatever. But I was like, but a bear has 4 paws. That's 4 feet. You have 4 legs. There isn't 2 hands and then 2 feet. It usually walks around on 4. But we started talking, like, does it have four paws, or like 4 feet, or does it have 2 hands and 2, like, and then how would it then wear pants accordingly? If it was down on all 4s, would it wear, you know,
four.
2 legs,
Yeah.
and then like down? I'm not gonna like whatever, but would the pant, like the belt line, kind of go along the belly?
Sure.
To get to
Yeah.
the other
Sure.
legs. Like what is your
Big
stake-
internet.
That's
thing.
that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the meme.
Yeah.
Like the dog and
Dog's asshole. It's just
and I
Lindsay was gonna say dog's asshole, but
right.
Well, yeah, what it boils down to is like, what does that to take off to shit? Like, because if it has to, like, if it poops, then it has to
That's
take
an
off its
interesting
shirt.
question. You know, like,
Yeah.
is the definition of pants what you have to remove to do the business?
Because you have the pant legs, but your pants
Yeah.
are the whole package. You're
Yeah.
just covering your package.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm with Matt. I think the
Yeah,
bear
like-
would have to wear
The
pants that cover the ass.
The lower half, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, unless
Okay.
he can like poop out like his middle section, then no.
But then the question came up: what if they're all hands and not feet?
Oh my God.
Then what do you do?
Quad shirt.
kill it with a bat.
Probably put it down if you want.
bat.
Get out the bat and start going to town.
Going to the dog's asshole comment though. So that was in This Just Internet. Same thing. Like the question was, would a dog open its asshole with its front paws or
what?
its back paws?
Yeah, that was. It's
Yeah.
very similar to what you just said,
Yeah.
except the question was, how would it spread its asshole?
Why
And
is that the premise?
Why would it need to?
So it's like the dog was on all fours, and
Suppository.
then one picture was it
Yeah,
grabbing
dogs frequently
it.
use those.
If it were like a humanoid, so it'd be its front paws, aka the hands,
Yeah.
grabbing its asshole. Or would it use the back because they're closer? And so then it was even weirder because it was a dog standing on its front two paws, but
Doing
its
like a
back
circus
two
trick,
legs were spreading its ass.
And in both of those, it was looking back at us, and I don't know
Well,
why.
well,
but
I think it was looking back at its
Presenting.
ass that
Like-
it was spreading.
Oh,
Is
into
this
the
nice
mirror.
for you?
Yeah, it was like this because it was trying to see what was going on. The
this
thing is,
acceptable,
it's the exact same debate that you're having, which I believe is where the meme started. It was something wearing pants.
I had forgotten that meme.
It was something wearing pants.
Reinvented
And then
it.
someone just said, let's take that, but what if it's spreading its asshole? And then they just recontextualized that meme. And, that was the one on
Yeah.
This Just
Yeah,
Internet.
but, like-
I was excited to see it on This Just Internet because I was like, oh, I've seen this.
Yeah.
This is an oldie.
Yeah, but a goodie.
I
It's
just
still
think
debatable.
Very good.
I think the question's out the window because the dog is just not dexterous enough. You know.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't.
Either way.
Someone was talking about
Either
how
way, it's not possible.
technically dogs
Possible.
have like the joint on their paw here, like if you're looking at the fucking dog's leg,
Right.
it's like you have the elbow of
wrist.
dog, but then there's like second elbow. It's not really their wrist.
Why isn't it the wrist?
I don't know because I'm not a vet.
We
So
all-
someone who-
Poor dog.
We
someone
all
who's a vet
evolved
nor a
from
dog.
similar
Yes.
Never
creatures.
seen-
I mean, it's not the same, but it's similar.
Science
you know?
permits. Yeah. So they were like, the dog would. Someone said that physically the dog would be able to open its ass using those four paws.
I don't
Why
think
would they
so.
say that?
But-
Dig right in
Yeah.
there.
They tested it, Matt.
Then I
also,
say, what about
they're
like,
a dog.
What about like dachshunds and corgis? How the hell are they going to spread their
Right.
ass? It's tiny. Yeah, like the little nub
I'm
feet.
still just.
Little nub
Why do
feet
they
on
want
the
body.
to? Why do they need
Jeez.
to
If I
do
see a
that?
need,
Jesus.
Matt, the time
I'm
might
gonna
arrive.
give
to
Trevor the
do this.
meme.
There's the back legs one is freaking me out.
It's
especially-
weird.
especially since
Because
it's
it
kind of like
this.
And-
it's
look,
like if the legs here, like if the legs take
neither one
figure
makes
yourself
sense,
out.
but the second one defies
The
gravity.
leg, right? He's standing on it, and then the legs. That's like if I just stood here looking back and both my legs bent
Yes.
up
Yeah.
and opened my cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second picture, the dog's a gymnast. It's got a hell of core strength or something.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Because I
'Cause
bet
it's like
balance.
hanging
Yeah.
over, but it's like keep it.
I don't know if you've seen it, Matt.
Yeah, Matt, please weigh in. Can we throw this up there?
Well, I
Yeah, no,
didn't
the
give-
second
we
one.
probably
it's
shouldn't.
not possible.
Unless he's
I
doing
mean,
a handstand.
I'm going to say again,
No, it's
again,
no.
neither
reaching
one
like
is
this.
possible.
Yeah.
Your dog wouldn't
Yeah.
spread its ass with its front two paws either.
I'll just say your dog
Well, I'm
wouldn't
just-
spread its
I'm
ass.
just
But-
saying.
But, if
Yeah.
it could, I'm sure it would, and probably too much.
If it could, it would
And
be
like
the
all
first
the
one.
time.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, but to hear this debate, you can just watch that episode of This Just Internet.
Chat says the dew claw is very important here.
It's gonna get cut though.
Help with the dew claw.
It's
Yeah.
gonna get hurt. We don't want it to get hurt. And we've gone over time.
I can't believe
we
us
got-
again.
We got wrapped up. Can
We
I
got
just say,
enamored by the
got enamored.
dog talk.
Yeah.
The butthole talk.
the dog's sphincter was like it was like a hypnotizing wheel.
It was,
just like,
it was.
Oh, we lost track of time.
Well, if the dew
got
claw also
lost
gets
in the-
nannied like
wheel.
Trevor's gonna do, then I think it'd be fine. Use that dew claw to spread. Yeah.
As we sat here and I started giggling, and then Trevor joined in and started giggling, I do this to everyone. My mother is the prime example because there's
Sure.
there's nothing and no one's stopping me, and like she knows, Amongst all these things I do, never does she say, "Why are you like this?" Because I'll just go, "You made me. You did this."
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
look what you've done.
You know what I mean? So it's like other people I have to rein in a little bit because they're
Sure.
just normal people going about their lives. But like in a very similar manner, the post team does stuff. It's following this show right as soon as this ends, and so Sarah said like 10 minutes ago, "Hey, post team's playing Ratchet and Clank on PS2 if you want to push to us." And I just replied, "WTF?"
Yep.
And she said, "What WTF?" And then Trevor said, "Dude, WTF?" For no
WTF.
reason. For no reason at all. Just to get a reaction.
Because-
The reaction was got.
Exactly.
Received.
Neutral response, everyone.
My endorphins are going. I feel good. I feel like I just took a hit of something. I don't know what it is, but I got a reaction, and it made me feel good.
It's like I went outside, got a breath of fresh air, and then I closed the book without solving the case, and I just let Sarah wonder what happened. No, I responded.
Trevor did reply, "All is well."
Trevor
Just like
was
any good
freezing.
story ends with a happy ending, all is well.
Wow.
The confusion didn't resolve, but she knows.
No.
She knows.
I'll make it even more confusing real quick. Hey, Kai, I like a rooster. Nice. In
Yes,
chat.
Kai's there.
Kai's in the chat. I just saw Caden. Caden in the chat.
Caden, I saw immediately, almost at the beginning of the podcast, when
Jared.
you mentioned the mouth guard. You said it looks goofy, and Caden said, "Goofy Kingdom Hearts."
Excellent.
That's about
Excellent
that was
stream
about
of
85
consciousness.
minutes ago.
Caden and I were having some good
discussions.
moments.
Yeah.
We had Among Us yesterday. Caden joined us. Thank you very much, Caden. They filled in the 10th spot there, and we had some good moments in proxy chat in the new map. And I know we're over time, but this is almost worth it.
Yeah.
But
Almost.
it seems like every time I saw them somewhere in the map, I was the bad guy, and woe was I, because we were going like, oh, look at us. Oh, here we go. Because we were doing like little like stunts, and then we were at
Yeah.
the stairs, and I was like, Caden, watch this sick move, and they were like, "You're gonna kill me, aren't you?" And I was like, "No, watch this." And
She did it again. What the
stumbled
fuck?
down the chair.
Look what Sarah just wrote about me.
Wow.
Oh my
Rude.
goodness! Now that was
That's not the first time she said
oh.
that.
Quite
Imagine
rude.
if I said that. That'd be insane. Oh, now my mother's texting
Oh,
me.
great.
Oh, fucking.
Sarah, did you call his mom?
Yeah, Kai wants a hair podcast.
Anyway,
Make it happen, though.
it ended when I killed Caden on the stairs, and I was like, "Oh no, you fell!" And then I killed Caden on the stairs. And in the proxy chat, you
Took a
hear them
tumble.
just start laughing, but also go, "You asshole!" or whatever. You bitch. And then I walked away.
When I walked Caden, I was like, "Caden, I'm sorry," and then stabbed like right in the face.
Damn.
But yeah, no, we had a whole post-team appreciation kind of series where every week we had somebody on, but Caden's been a real, like, one of the newer additions to the team, and Caden's just been a real treat. And
Yeah.
so yeah, shout out to Caden and everybody else in post, of course, but just wanted to give you some airtime and just be like, hey, appreciate you.
And killed him.
Well,
Well,
only because it was my job at the time.
like
Was his
birds.
job?
Just like them birds.
I was just gonna say the birds.
Step
Fly
back
away.
from the birds.
Far, far away, Caden. Fly away.
Well, you can.